Hey guys, welcome back to Ace Recaps. Today I'm going to be explaining a 2022 sci-fi adventure film titled Prey. In the year 1719 in the northern Great Plains, we are introduced to Naru, a young woman who has a passion for hunting. She's seen collecting medicinal plants with her dog Sari. She practices her axe throw when she comes across a large deer, but on trying to hunt it down, misses her throw and Sari gets caught in a human trap. She frees her dog and tries to break the chain but is unable to do so. A loud roar from the sky is heard and on further investigation sees frightening lights emerge through the clouds. She informs her brother Tabe about her discovery, but he just disregards it to be a large bird. Back at the village, her mother tries to convince her to leave the hunting to the men, but Naru is adamant on proving her wrong. An invisible spaceship drops off an alien creature on planet Earth. The predator is here to hunt down the beings that are at the top of Earth's food chain for sport. The next day when Naru is on her way back to the village, she is informed by the others that someone was dragged away by a lion. Naru, being an expert tracker, decides to join them on their hunt. The predator is seen only hunting down deadly creatures and lets the innocent ones go. It's seen skinning a snake and even fights off a wolf and collects its skull as a trophy. Naru successfully tracks down her friend and applies medicine to his wounds while the men quickly build a makeshift stretcher with all the supplies they find around. Naru feeds the man an orange flower that brings down his body temperature and slows down the loss of blood. As they lift him up, Tabe decides to hunt down the lion by himself. Naru advises him not to as the lion was scared of another creature or it wouldn't leave its catch, but Tabe seems to be sure of himself. As they continue on their trek back to the village, Naru comes across a massive footprint and the skinned snake, so she along with other tribesmen decide to go back and warn her brother about the large predator roaming around the forest. They soon catch up with Tabe and find the den of the lion, so they decide to set up a trap for the animal. Naru and her friend sit up a tree waiting for the lion to show itself while Tabe lures the lion in with a bait. As Naru is being made fun of for being a girl and not being able to hunt, the lion quickly subdues the man and finishes him off instantly. The lion then climbs up to take down Naru. She tries to be brave but is terrified and is suddenly distracted by lights in the forest and falls to the ground and passes out. A few hours later she wakes up back in the village. Her mother tells her to stay down as her brother had to carry her all the way back, but she is adamant on warning him about the predator in the forest. Just as she's about to leave, Tabe returns with the head of a lion and everyone in the village praises him and names him the war chief. Naru tries to convince her brother about what she saw, but he just tells her that she can't be a hunter anymore since she's incapable of it. Enraged, Naru decides to prove everyone wrong and track the creature down all by herself. Early next morning she sets out on her journey. Deep in the jungle, she comes across green blood and a footprint the size of her arm. Soon, she tries to hunt down a few rabbits but is unable to get a clear shot. She comes up with an idea of making a rope and tying it to her axe. That way she can pull back her weapon immediately without wasting much time. She succeeds and catches quite a few rabbits. After having her meal she sets back out on her journey along with her dog. She comes across a large field where hundreds of buffaloes are skinned and left for dead. She is surprised as to what horrid creature would do such a thing and says a prayer for the noble creatures. On the other hand, we see that the predator is tracking her and is on her trail. When Naru comes across a marshland, her dog runs after something in the woods. As she looks around she falls into a pit of quicksand. She tries to get out but it just keeps pulling her deeper inside. That's what he said. She throws her axe around but it doesn't grab a hold of anything. On her last try she manages to get it stuck to some wood and pulls herself out. As she's washing off the mud on a nearby river, she comes across a bear having its meal. The beast soon gets a whiff of the woman and decides to go after her. Just before she could shoot her bow, it breaks. As she tries to fix it, the bear climbs up the hill but her dog lures the creature away from its loving master. She goes after it to save her dog, but the bear soon starts to chase her. Naru dives into the river and takes shelter by a pile of wood. The bear tries to get through but soon gives up. Just as the bear is about to leave, the predator shows up and fights it off. Naru is shocked with what she sees. They have a terrifying battle and the bear almost wins but is soon killed. Just as the predator lifts the bear up, it spots Naru. To escape its grasp, she dives into the river and travels a few miles downstream until she gets to safety. She dries her clothes and heads back into the forest where she comes across her tribesmen. Her brother sent the men to look for her while he's gone to the other side. They try to take her back to the village, but Naru wants to find her brother and warn him. A fight breaks loose and Naru manages to overpower one of the men. But as she tries to walk away, the others gang up on her and tie her up. As they rest for a while, they hear something in the bushes. One of the men goes up to investigate but is instantly shot down by the predator. The others try to take it down, but in vain, it's too strong. Their hands are chopped off and the both of them are killed. Naru manages to free herself from her bound and run away. As she runs away, she comes across another tribesman and they take cover. As the predator approaches, they think they've got a shot, but its laser pointer is on one of them. The both of them run across the field, but the man is caught and killed. Naru continues running into the forest until she gets her foot stuck in a bear trap. The predator comes close and lets her go. Soon, a group of French hunters approach Naru and take her back to their camp and imprison her. She is surprised to see hundreds of hunters at the camp and realize that these are the people who skinned all the buffaloes. They think that the predator is there to hunt down the most powerful creature on the planet and try to ask her what she experienced, but she isn't willing to talk. They then drag her brother out of his cell and slice his chest. Early next morning, the both of them are tied to a tree and are used as bait. Hundreds of hunters are situated all around the area looking out for the predator. As they eagerly await its arrival, the people on the horses are killed first. As it slowly approaches Naru and her brother, it gets stuck in a bear trap and hunters hiding in the area drop it to the ground. They all work together and try to take down the beast, but in vain. One by one everyone is eliminated in a grand fashion and with its fancy alien tech. While this is happening, Naru uses the bear trap to free herself from her bounds and she heads off to fetch her dog from the camp. The predator uses a bomb and eliminates the remaining hunters. When she gets to the camp, she spots her dog tied up and surrounded by a few other hunters. As they come closer to kill the dog, Naru steps in and fights off the men. They try to kill, but she's too fast and so they all perish soon enough. Meanwhile, the predator is seen fixing himself up. As Naru frees her dog, one hunter with a chopped foot approaches her and begs her to save his life. He even promises her a gun in return for her favor. She obliges and treats his wound and even gives him the orange flower to help bring down his temperature. The predator soon approaches and Naru hides behind a tree. The hunter tries to crawl away, but it's too late, so he pretends to be dead. As the predator gets close, it isn't able to sense their heat signature due to the orange flower. Unfortunately, it steps over the man and it kills him immediately due to his screams. Just then Tabe comes in on a horse and smacks the predator, causing it to drop its helmet. Naru notices that this is where the laser aim takes place. Tabe fights off the predator by himself and is quite successful in doing so. He cuts the creature all over, causing it to ooze green blood. He even stabs it in the chest with its own weapon, but the creature just turns on its invisibility. Tabe tells his sister to run away as it now considers him to be a threat. Just then it stabs him through his chest and drops him to the ground. An enraged Naru is just about to fire at the creature, but Tabe uses his last bit of energy to stop it from attacking his sister. He is stabbed and Naru uses this opportunity to escape. She washes herself in the river and rests there for the night. She soon notices the hunter who cut her brother washing himself there too. As he sleeps, he wakes up to rats eating his chopped up foot. He soon notices Naru standing in front of him and takes aim. But this time around, she's vengeful. She lured the predator to the location and is confident that it won't detect her. It walks right past her and kills the man. Naru uses this opportunity to shoot the creature at the back of the head and she runs away with its helmet. She sets up a trap and even places the helmet at an angle. As the predator tracks her down, Naru jumps from atop a tree and stabs the creature multiple times on its head. She is thrown to the floor and uses the predator's weapon to chop its arm off. She fights and stabs the creature multiple times and almost gets her head chopped off. But the girl isn't ready to give up just yet. She wraps a rope around its neck and drops it into the quicksand she fell in earlier. She sits by and waits for the creature to come up, and just as it takes aim, the helmet she placed, shoots the laser on the predator's head and finally ends its terror. The movie ends as we watch Naru walk back to her village holding the predator's head. Everybody in the village celebrates her victory and she's named as the new war chief. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like the video please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.